In this video, I will give you some insightful reviews on what to expect when you purchase the newly launched iPhone 13. Introduced on September 14, the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini are Apple's newest flagship iPhones on the more affordable end, and are being sold alongside the more expensive iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max. The iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini are ideal for those who don't need pro-level camera features. 1-inch iPhone 13 is the replacement for the iPhone 12. Both of the new iPhone 13 models are nearly identical and designed to the iPhone 12 models, featuring flat edges, an aerospace-grade aluminum enclosure, a glass back, and a slight increase in thickness, 7.65 mm. The iPhone 13 mini has a 2340 by 1080 resolution with 476 pixels per inch, while the iPhone 13 has a 2532 by 1170 resolution with 460 pixels per inch. Both iPhones feature 1200 nits max brightness for HDR, along with True Tone to match the color temperature of the display to the ambient light, wide color for rich, vivid hues, and haptic touch for feedback. The front-facing True Depth camera system has been updated and the Face ID notch is now smaller, taking up less overall space. An upgraded A15 Bionic chip powers the new iPhones. It features a 6-core CPU with 2 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores, a 4-core GPU, 1 less GPU core than the Pro models, and a 16-core neural engine. There's a new diagonal dual-lens rear camera with 12-megapixel wide and ultra-wide cameras. 4 aperture for improved low-light performance. Along with the standard portrait mode, night mode, time-lapse and other photographic capabilities, the iPhone 13 models gain cinematic mode, a feature that uses rack focus to seamlessly shift focus from one subject to another, artfully blurring the background and creating movie-quality depth effects. Cinematic mode shoots in Dolby HDR and the depth of field and blur can be adjusted using the iPhone's camera app. Photographic styles are an upgraded kind of filter that applies selectively to an image, muting colors or boosting vividness without impacting skin tones. There are vibrant, rich contrast, warm, and cool options, along with settings for tone and warmth for customization and refining. Apple's iPhone 13 and 13 mini can be unlocked with the Face ID facial recognition system, which works with the 12-megapixel front-facing camera that supports Smart HDR4, Deep Fusion, night mode, cinematic mode, night mode selfies, and more. There's support for more 5G bands for 5G connectivity in more places. The iPhone 13 and 13 mini support Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5. The new iPhone 13 models offer dual SIM support and don't come with a physical SIM by default, but there's still a nano SIM slot. iPhone 13 color lineup. Battery life has improved significantly thanks to larger batteries and the more efficient A15 chip. The iPhone 13 mini offers up to 1.5 hours more battery life than the iPhone 12. Storage space starts at 128 GB and goes up to 512 GB at the high end. There's a built-in 3-axis gyro, an accelerometer, proximity sensor, ambient light sensor, and barometer. The iPhones also support fast charging, which provides 50% charge in 30 minutes with a 20 watts power adapter. There is no power adapter or ear pods included with the iPhone 13 and 13 mini, and these accessories must be purchased separately. They do ship with a USB-C to Lightning cable for charging purposes. Pricing and availability. Pricing on the iPhone 13 mini starts at $699, while pricing on the iPhone 13 starts at $799, and there were no increases in prices this year. Pre-orders for the new iPhone 13 model started on Friday, September 17 at 5 a.m. Reviews. Reviewers have been impressed with the iPhone 13's battery life improvements, but generally felt that it is only an iterative refresh over last year's iPhone 12. The Verge's Dieter Bohn said that battery life this year is excellent, pointing to real-world tests. With regard to the camera, Bohn said that details are sharp and accurate, colors are rich without being oversaturated, focusing is fast and reliable, portrait mode is good enough to use day to day, and low light and night sight are both exceptional. The Wall Street Journal's Joanna Stern says that while the camera improvements with the iPhone 13 are welcome, they alone are not sufficient enough to convince an iPhone 12 user to upgrade. CNET said that performance and battery life are solid and that the iPhone 13 will be a reliable option for the majority of people. Issues. Some iPhone 13 users have reported that they are unable to use the Unlock with Apple Watch feature. Apple has now confirmed that this issue is a bug and it will be fixed in an upcoming software update. Apple has also discovered a bug on a limited number of devices that can cause widgets to revert to their default settings after restoring an iPhone from backup, as well as a bug that prevents users from accessing the Apple Music catalog. Apple Music settings, or sync library after restoring from a backup. iPhone 13 colors sizes. Apple is using that same flat-edged look for the entire iPhone 13 lineup, and the iPhone 13 models have nearly the same body design as the iPhone 12 models they replace. There's an all-glass front and a colorful all-glass back that's housed in a color-matched aluminum frame. There's a notch on the front display of the iPhone 13 that houses the true depth camera, speaker, and microphone. A set of antenna bands can be found at the top and sides of the phone, along with the power button on the right and volume/silence buttons on the left. Underneath the power button there's a 5G M-Wave antenna, but this antenna will only be included on iPhone models sold in the U.S. The SIM slot is located on the left side of the device. A square camera bump is located at the back of the iPhone 13 models, and there's a new diagonal lens setup that's a departure from the camera design of the iPhone 12, which featured lenses in a vertical array. According to Apple, the diagonal layout allowed room for new camera technology like sensor shift optical image stabilization. Colors. Apple has been offering its standard iPhone lineup in a range of bright colors for several years now. The iPhone 13 and 13 mini come in a series of new colors that include Starlight, a mixture between silver and gold, Midnight, black, pink, blue, and product red. The blue is also a lighter shade, while the red is more vivid. Water resistance. The iPhone 13 and 13 mini feature an IP68 water-resistant rating. The smartphones are able to withstand a depth of up to 6 meters, 19. In the IP68 number, the 6 refers to dust resistance, and means the iPhone 13 can hold up to dirt, dust, and other particulates, while the 8 pertains to water resistance. IP6X is the highest dust resistance rating that exists. With the IP68 water resistance rating, the iPhone 13 can hold up to splashes, rain, and accidental water exposure, but intentional water exposure should be avoided if possible. Apple's warranty does not cover liquid damage, which means it's best to use caution when it comes to liquid exposure. Display. All of the iPhone 13 models feature the same OLED Super Retina XDR display, which is flexible and extends right into the chassis of each device. There's a 2,000,000:1 contrast ratio for blacker blacks and brighter whites, and up to 1200 nits peak brightness for HDR photos, videos, TV shows, and movies. iPhone 13 display. The 5.4-inch iPhone 13 mini has a resolution of 2340 by 1080 with 476 pixels per inch, and the 6.1-inch iPhone 13 features a resolution of 2532 by 1170 with 460 pixels per inch. There's also a fingerprint-resistant oleophobic coating and support for haptic touch, which provides haptic feedback when interacting with the display. Smaller notch. Apple slimmed down the notch that houses the true depth camera system, and it's 20% less wide than the notch used in prior iPhone models. Comparisons between the iPhone 12 models and iPhone 13 models have confirmed that though less wide, the new notch is just a bit taller than the prior notch. The ceramic shield display cover is made by infusing nano-ceramic crystals into glass. The ceramic crystals were manipulated to optimize for clarity while maintaining toughness, with the display created in partnership with Corning. According to Apple, ceramic shield is tougher than any smartphone glass, with a dual ion exchange process ensuring protection against scratches and everyday wear and tear. There are 2 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores, and the A15 chip in the iPhone 13 models is only surpassed by the version in the iPhone 13 Pro models. A15 chip iPhone 13. The A15 chip in the iPhone 13 and 13 mini features a 4-core GPU, which is 1 less core than is available in the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. For this reason, the iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max offer the fastest GPU performance, but the standard iPhone 13 models aren't too far behind. When it comes to the CPU, the iPhone 13 models are approximately 10% faster in single-core performance and approximately 18% faster in multi-core performance compared to the iPhone 12 models. Neural Engine. The 16-core Neural Engine is able to perform up to 15.8 trillion operations per second, and it powers features like Cinematic Mode and Smart HDR4. RAM has not changed from the iPhone 12 to the iPhone 13. And the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro models also had 4GB and 6GB RAM, respectively. Storage space. All iPhone 13 models start with 128GB of storage, and the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini can be ordered with up to 512GB storage space. That's half the maximum storage space of the iPhone 13 Pro models, which come with up to 1TB. If this video has been helpful, kindly drop a comment, like, and share. Subscribe now to get fun stuffs like this every other day.